This week on Arizona Illustrated, New Americans, a country of immigrants.
There's no end to the stories of how people got here, and every one is more amazing than the last.
Tohono Chul, a loss in the family.
You know, now I go in and I really feel at home because so much of it is still the way it was when we were growing up.
Docapella, when medicine and music meet.
When they benefit from hearing us, we benefit from performing for them.
Welcome to Arizona Illustrated. I'm Tom McNamara. On July 4th, Americans celebrate the adoption of the Declaration of Independence, a document that expresses the ideals of individual liberty as self-evident truths. This new creed justified the breaking of ties between the colonies and Great Britain. Now, people from all over the world have immigrated to America throughout its existence, some fleeing poverty and persecution, others hoping for a better life embodied by the American dream in pursuit of freedom and happiness. We are a nation of immigrants, and each year thousands of new immigrants take the oath of allegiance to the United States at naturalization ceremonies across the country. In June 2015, we went to one at the DeConcini Federal Courthouse in downtown Tucson.
We'll make sure that you speak out, okay? You speak it out. We're going to be watching you. There's cameras here. We can verify that.
It takes at least 5 years to get here. To become naturalized citizens of the United States, these 46 immigrants had to go through a lengthy process that required them to be of good moral character, to understand and speak English, to demonstrate knowledge of U.S. history and the workings of government. It starts with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. The people you see here today decided to appear before a federal judge to take their oath of allegiance.
All rise for this naturalization ceremony held on Friday, June 19, 2015. The Honorable Judge Frank R. Zapata presiding.
Good morning. Thank you. Please be seated. My name is Frank Zapata. I'm a senior United States District Judge, and I have the honor of presiding over this naturalization ceremony.
Judge Zapata was born and raised in what he calls a little migrant camp outside of Safford, Arizona, known as Little Hollywood.
I wish to welcome all of you.
Zapata served in the Federal Public Defender's Office for 20 years, was later selected to be a magistrate judge, and in 1996 was appointed by President Clinton to the District Court bench.
I also wish to congratulate and thank the friends and relatives who have supported these candidates in their quest for citizenship. Without your help, they probably wouldn't be here today.
Judge Zapata recognizes the candidates and their former countries of citizenship before they swear their oath to the United States. 17 countries are represented in the courtroom today.
Today is the last day you will answer the call as a citizen of your former country. From now on, you will answer the call as citizens of the United States of America. I'll call the names out of each countries, and as it's called, please stand so we can acknowledge you. First, we honor the candidate or candidates from Sudan, the Philippines, Israel, Somalia, Iraq. We have people that have come out of Sudan, other places where they leave their country and go into these refugee camps. And basically their life is hopeless in these refugee camps. It's a place where there's not enough food, there's not enough shelter, there's no medical treatment, there's violence. And we also have people who have made treks across the desert and then legalized themselves here and now are becoming citizens. There's no end to the stories of how people got here. And every one is more amazing than the last. And Mexico.
With all the joy around this occasion, the realities of today's world are not lost on Judge Zapata.
We don't want criminals coming into the country. That doesn't better your society. We don't want people who are coming into the country to harm us. So there needs to be a process where these people are weeded out, but not a process that denies everybody entry, because a vast majority of them are coming here to seek a better life for themselves and for their family. And in doing that, creating a better life for all of the people in the United States.
To those folks who say it's time to close the door and stop the flow of immigrants, Judge Zapata responds.
It is our country because we're here now. We were and are a country of immigrants, unless you happen to be Native American and you were here before everybody else got here. But there has been wave after wave of immigrants into this country, and every immigrant group that comes in, they come here to better their life. Almost everybody can look back in their family and see someone came from Italy, from France, from Spain, from Mexico, from England, from Ireland, any country you can mention. And in your background, there is that immigrant that came here for a very specific reason, and that was to better themselves.
And for these immigrants, Zapata has this message.
The moment they take their oath, they're equal to every other citizen in this country, regardless of when that citizen came here.
And this is that moment.
At this time, the clerk, Ms. Melissa Guzman, will now administer the oath of allegiance.
All persons who are taking this oath, please rise and raise your right hand and repeat after me the oath of allegiance. I say your name. Hereby declare on oath. That I absolutely entirely. Renounce and abjure. All allegiance and fidelity. To any foreign prince.
I also stress becoming part of what is America. We do have a culture in America. Become part of that. Don't give up your culture from the country you came from, because that's important too. That makes up this whole quilt that we are in America. Don't give up your language. Don't give up your religion. But become an American. Get into America. And then, of course, the most important, register to vote. If you don't vote, you have no voice in this country. You know, and I tell them, hey, America's a great country. But now it's up to you and to me to keep it a great country.
So help me God.
After the oath, new citizen Georgina Lopito leads everyone in the courtroom as they pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God.
52-year-old Georgina is from the Philippines. Today, her name carries a special meaning.
Thank you. You may be seated.
My mom's gave me my name because I was born on February 22nd. It's George Washington's birthday.
Named after the man often referred to as the father of his country, Georgina is grateful for this day.
I would like to thank, first of all, God and my family and my husband's family, and I'm glad that we are here in America too. I'm the last one. Now they are teasing me that I'm American girl now.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow citizens, I welcome you to America, and I thank you for coming here. Since the birth of our nation, it has been a country of immigrants. In my case, my father was an immigrant to this country from Mexico. My mother and her family were actually born here in the United States in Arizona before Arizona was a state.
After sharing a bit of his own story, Judge Zapata calls on his fellow citizens and their families to share their thoughts about today and what it means to them.
Becoming a citizen is like being born. You're not going to be born again, and you're not going to become a citizen again. Today is the one and only day. And if you have something that you'd like to share with us, there's a microphone. Come up and share your stories with us.
Good morning, my name is Tayana. I'm from Brazil, and it's an honor to be here, to become a citizen of this beautiful country. I want to thank you, my husband, for his support, and all my family that came from Brazil to witness this moment with me. Thank you very much.
My name is Eduardo Casas from Mexico. I born in Nueva Sonora, and I'm very happy. Thank you, my wife, my son, my teacher, the English, my friend, Clark. Congratulations, everybody.
I'm so happy to be here. After many years of procrastination, I'm finally here. And I'm thankful, very, very thankful to God for that. I also want to thank my family, my husband, my children, my granny. Thank you guys for being here and for supporting me. I love you guys. Thank you.
My name is Ana Garcia. I'm so proud to be over here in this beautiful country, and I love to be here. And I'm so sorry.
Hello, my name is Camila, and I'm here to congratulate my grandpa, Luis Gancio, and I just wanted to say that I love him very much. Thank you.
I came out here as a young kid to this country, across the border, Mexico. I've been here for 30 years, and now I became a U.S. citizen to have a better job and to help my family. I have my wife here, my daughter, and my little niece that just surprised me. I didn't think she was gonna speak. And I want to say thank you and congratulations to everybody.
One of the Tucson area's most beautiful and important natural attractions might have been a mall had it not been for the gift of a local family. It is now known as Tohono Chul on Tucson's northwest side, where more than 30 acres have been preserved. We brought you this story a year ago when the donor's daughter, Susie Horst, shared her experiences about growing up on the land. We didn't know then that Susie was fighting cancer, a battle that she recently lost. We extend our heartfelt condolences and well wishes to her husband, Todd, her family, and her many friends at Tohono Chul. Here is that story again in her honor.
Tohono Chul is an oasis in an increasingly urbanized environment. It's a place where nature, art, and culture connect. It's a private nonprofit. It's actually the largest piece of private land that's accessible to the public within at least a 12-mile radius.
My folks bought this place when they were looking for a house that was bigger than what we had before because they had adopted another child and needed more rooms. It was all natural desert. You don't have any of the botanical garden aspect at all at the time we were growing up.
Tohono Chul started with a gift. It started with a gift from the heart from two people who understood that having a place for people for generations to come with nature, art, and culture was more important than money.
I don't remember the year, but what is now the Foothills Mall, the person who built that wanted to buy this piece of property to put the Foothills Mall on. And my parents wanted this kept open space, so they said, no, we're not going to sell it. And the developer told them that he would buy my mother a piece of property anywhere she wanted if she would sell this land to him. And she just said, nope. And I'm actually going to turn it into a park. which she did. I grew up here since the 1960s until I graduated from college. In the end, there were 6 kids, so I imagine it was chaotic. And we kids just played a lot. It was really fun. Of course, the desert surrounded us, so that was nice. We could just go out and be wild. We played a lot in this courtyard, all of us. There's a stairway going up to the roof over on the other side, which we used every day because we flew the flag and needed to put it up and take it down. And there was a little deck on the roof too, where sometimes we would sleep outside. At one point I remember my sister and I setting up jumps and pretending to be horses, running around. This little bench area was like this when I was a kid with these tiles. What used to be my parents' room is now the gift shop. That gift shop actually extends into the 2 bedrooms for my brothers along this side of the house. You know, now I go in and I really feel at home because so much of it is still the way it was when we were growing up.
It's really been fun to be part of the growth of this from the very beginning. But truly one of the most fun things is when we bring people for lunch at the bistro and Susie will be telling a friend, this was my bedroom. Whoever hears that wants to hear more of that story. That's just really delightful. I think when people know that something like this came into effect because of the generosity of specific people, I think that's a great message. It's fun to help tell that story.
I think that that is the ultimate gift, so the rest of us could enjoy what is so unique and special. And that act of generosity, in my humble opinion, generates other acts of generosity. And as you go through the park or preserve, you will see sculptures that have been left for us, things that have been left for us as acts of generosity, understanding that the Wilsons gave the original amount to us.
We weren't brought up to think of that as our money. This was their land, and we wanted it preserved too. We did not want what was our childhood home to be turned into a mall. It would have been really, really depressing. So the kids were totally fine with it. That was not an issue. I was always worried that it wasn't going to be able to get off the ground because this was quite a while back and it was really pretty remote. Not so much now. You know, there's lots and lots of neighbors. But at the time you're thinking, how do we get people out here to actually come and see it? You know, how do we get it known at the time?
They knew that there was something here that should be shared. And they gave this place to the community, and it's up to us to continue to preserve it.
Like what you see on Arizona Illustrated? Visit our webpage at azpm.org to watch and share stories from this episode and previous episodes. And like us on Facebook, where you can watch stories, comment, and share your own story ideas. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, where we share photos and links about our work and what's happening in our community. Med school is an intense 4 years, being both mentally and physically challenging. It draws on all the senses and requires an uncompromising focus. So how can ambitious medical students ease the tension? Late last year, we met a talented group of future doctors at the University of Arizona College of Medicine who may have found the answer. They've come together in what free time they have to make the lives of young patients a little more joyful with music.
If anyone's around, you know, you have to delegate. Like, you, go, call 911. You, go get the defibrillator. If you're by yourself, pull out your phone, put it on.
Med school is tough. First 2 years are really textbook information. What Alzheimer's and Parkinson's actually share. And of course you wouldn't see this in next 2 years. Years 3 and 4 are purely clinical. Yeah, breath sounds are absent. So we're finally in the hospital full-time, rotating on different clerkships. You know, antitussives were...
It's very easy to stop taking care of yourself during med school, and no one benefits from that. including your patients. I need to do things that I really like during the week, because otherwise the pressure will crush you. Sounds a little bit doomsday, but I truly believe that I'm correct in that.
Okay, guys, let's do it. Let's sing stuff. Music can be a great stress reliever.
You guys want to use pitch? No?
So every Sunday night, we'll come here into my house and sing together. How about this one right here? How about right now? My name is Alex Sandweiss, and I'm a third-year medical student at the University of Arizona. The second one is always on. And I'm the director and arranger of the aptly named musical group Docapella. I need some fingers. So I played Heartache Tonight by the Eagles because it's the same progression as this. My first year of medical school, I had written arrangements for the group. And the next year, I was in charge of the group and have been in charge and writing the music ever since. Let's add bass.
My name's Jim Dunleavy. I'm a third-year med student. I pretty much sing whatever needs to be sung. That usually ends up making me a bass. Honestly, my favorite thing is just coming to rehearsal because I can mess up terribly.
Let's stop there. Okay, so actually all three of you were slightly below.
And it is neither going to make them think that I am better nor worse. It's just whatever they've been thinking for the last couple of years.
It was just a hair low. Okay, let's take it from that. What I actually like to call myself is vocal drums. My goal actually is to sound as much like a drum set as possible. An individual hi-hat, and a snare drum, and different toms, doom, 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 doom. Put it all together. I learned it on YouTube.
He is crazy, like crazy good.
It's a real percussive on those do's, right?
Some people don't have any music background or if they've never read music. So he's been doing a lot with our group.
Give that minor third. Composing hallelujah.
I'm Abigail Young. I'm a second-year medical student and I sing soprano in the group. I've always loved singing. It's pretty big in the Filipino community. So when I found out that they had an a cappella group, I was really excited. You know, we're all in medicine for a certain reason, but it's nice to see everybody show their talent outside of academics. And it's fun to work as a team and work as a group in a different context. Each person has to know their part, and each part has to work cohesively together in order to make a great sound.
Who outdrew ya off.
In my opinion, it's really cool when it all sounds great together.
It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and needs a broken hallelujah.
When we actually get to share that with the community, it's really cool to see everyone's reaction because it's like all that hard work that we've put into it.
Okay, then alto ones.
Gets produced into something cool and neat.
We're gonna go to that open door right there. Yeah, the one that's open right there.
I mean, sometimes they don't really know what to expect, or they're like surprised, they're like, what the heck is happening?
So we're new Disney.
They're exhausted, some of them are doing chemotherapy, some of them are out of surgeries or have certain, illnesses that really exhaust them and take all their energy out.
Anytime we start anything, I'm weirdly stressed. And as soon as people are enjoying it, I'm having a blast. The hospital is a boring, scary place for just about everyone. I can't imagine what it is for a kid. So just to have, even if it's 5 minutes of something that is more fun than lying in your bed and more interesting than the beeping of your heart monitor.
Everybody look right. Everybody look out. Stand in the spotlight.
I don't know if it's true, but it feels like a real contribution in a way that nothing else does.
When you have a child in the hospital, the parent experiences this unbelievable sense of helplessness and this lack of control, and you just want nothing more than the child to momentarily forget what's going on.
Can I get another high five? One more high five.
Along those lines, studies are now being done using the more advanced and available measurement tools like functional MRI and PET scans. So we see now that music, a joyful, happy music, lights up the areas of the brain that are associated with happiness and joy and pleasure, where dopamine is released and other neurotransmitters. And so there's a very concrete association. So what you're seeing in the visual response or the physical, emotional response of the patient and the families is now being documented.
What happened right now?
So when there's a moment, especially in a community setting, where people can connect and they see the children enjoying themselves and they feel that sense of normalcy, I think that's an incredibly powerful thing that you can bring into the very difficult setting.
Thank you guys.
Can I just sing to her?
Sure, of course. We try to bring the audience back to a particular happy moment in their life, and we can tell when we start seeing the foot tap and smiles on their face, we know that we're doing something right.
Sometimes it's just nice to be able to connect with little kids. They're going through a lot for not being alive for that long.
When they benefit from hearing us, we benefit from performing for them.
I don't know if necessary or needed is the word, 'cause I mean, clearly if we hadn't been there that day, no one would have noticed. But I think when people are there and they're offering to give, hopefully give something that those kids really, really like, a void that might not have been noted previously is at least partially filled.
Thank you for joining us here on Arizona Illustrated. Here's a sneak peek at a story we're working on.
I think that was junior high school, though. I'm not my diagnosis. I am not anymore, I'm not a schizo anymore than I'm an asthma or I'm a this or I'm a that. That's just a little bit of a struggle that I have to, well, more than a little bit, but a struggle I have to deal with. And other people deal with struggles with their health too. Mine just manifests in a little bit of a different way. It doesn't really matter where it comes from. What matters is how I live with it.
I'm Tom McNamara. See you then.